Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum is running into short-term resistance, while Bitcoin is moving closer towards the invalidation level for this larger bullish trend, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, starting off on the 4-day Bitcoin to US dollar chart and looking at the super trend indicator, which right now, as of recording this video, is still in the green, revealing a larger bullish trend here on the larger timeframes. And obviously, this indicator flipped green right towards the beginning of this year and has been green since then. And obviously, throughout all of last year, it did remain in the red, revealing that during 2022, of course, we were in that bear market. And historically speaking, this indicator on the larger timeframes is very accurate here on the Bitcoin chart. Now, of course, no indicator is 100% accurate all the time, but this indicator is far more accurate than it is inaccurate. And once again, right now, it is still in the green. But this super trend indicator on the 4-day Bitcoin chart will flip back into the red if we see the Bitcoin price confirm a 4-day candle close back below around 24.2k approximately. So basically, for as long as the price of Bitcoin can remain above around 24,000 and see a bounce either at around 24,000 or anywhere above 24,000, then in that case, it is still possible for the price of Bitcoin to remain within this larger bullish trend. But once again, if we start seeing confirmed breaks on these larger timeframes back below 24,000, then in that case, that would confirm a trend reversal signal in this indicator and would likely point towards a larger bearish trend beginning here on the larger timeframes. And now, if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin to US dollar chart, obviously just over the last few days, we have seen a break below 27,000, which was technically a bearish signal pointing towards a further pullback down towards this area of support in between around 24,000 to 25.3k. And so far, the price of Bitcoin has pulled back down towards around 25.8k approximately. But for as long as the price of Bitcoin remains below 27,000, then this area of support is still currently in play as a technical price target. Because first of all, if you're looking at the price oscillators on the daily time frame, these are still looking more bearish than bullish as of right now. And if you're looking at the 8-hour Bitcoin to US dollar chart, obviously just recently, we have seen a confirmed break to the downside from this symmetrical triangle pattern. By the way, this support line is sitting at around 27.4 to 27.5k. And so for as long as the price of Bitcoin is below that line of support, then we have this active price target sitting at around 24.1k approximately. So once again, this is all pointing towards a pullback into this price range in between around 24 to 25,000. And that price target will only get invalidated if we see a confirmed breakout back above around 27,000, more specifically around 27.5k, because if the price reclaims that level, then essentially that invalidates this break to the downside, invalidate this pattern and this price target, and that would significantly reduce the chances of the price actually pulling all the way back down to this price range. So essentially right now, as of recording this video, in the more shorter term, I'm still leaning more bearish than bullish at the moment. But just remember, as of right now, this is still all occurring within a larger bullish trend, somewhat similar to what we saw back here. And now, if you're zooming into the smaller timeframes, this is on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. And obviously, as I've mentioned over the last 2 days, we do have a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame. And obviously, over the last 2 days or so, this has been playing out, meaning we're due to see reduced bearish momentum, which can be in the form of either choppy sideways price action or a slight bullish recovery, which is exactly what we've seen since this bullish divergence confirmed. But it is important to understand that this is only on the 4-hour time frame, just on the smaller time frames here, which means this usually doesn't last very long. In fact, these smaller bullish divergences on the 4-hour chart usually last for around 2 days or so before they potentially begin to fade away. And so at this point, considering it's already been close to 2 days since this bullish divergence confirmed, I would not really be relying on this bullish divergence for too much longer, because as I just said, this could soon begin to fade away, meaning we could soon see a return in more bearish momentum. And now that we've seen that retest in the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI from oversold territories, we now technically have some more room to the downside. And so once again, this is why I'm still overall leaning more bearish than bullish just in the short term here, because technically we are still within a short-term bearish trend, seeing lower highs and lower lows here on the smaller timeframes. And then obviously once we finally begin to confirm new bullish confirmation signals here on the smaller timeframes, it's at that point when I'll finally flip more bullish than bearish here in the short-term trend. Like for example, if we start to see higher lows and higher highs again in the price of Bitcoin or the RSI, that would be a clear signal pointing towards a bullish reversal. But most importantly, we would really need to invalidate these bearish price targets by seeing a confirmed breakout back above around 27,500. And so once again, while the price is below that level, I'm still leaning more bearish than bullish just in the short term here. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and the situation here on the daily chart for ETH is very similar to what I said for Bitcoin just earlier in the video. Once again, as of right now, in the more shorter term, obviously we are still looking more bearish than bullish. We are currently in a pullback, but at the moment, this is still occurring within a larger multi-month long bullish trend that has been the case since November last year. And so right now, we're basically in a similar situation to what we saw back here around February to March. And obviously, the daily Ethereum price oscillators at the moment are still looking more bearish than bullish. For example, the RSI is currently forming lower highs and lower lows, while the MACD is clearly showing bearish momentum, at least at the moment. And now, if you're looking at the smaller timeframes here on the 4-hour chart, right now, as I'm recording this video, the price of ETH is still running into this horizontal level of resistance, which is sitting at around 1810. But if we start to see a confirmed breakout back above 1810, then in that case, we have this area of resistance in between around 1830 to 1850, based on previous support becoming a new resistance. And of course, this also was resistance all the way back here. But in a more bullish scenario, if we actually see a breakout back above 1850, then in that case, I'll be watching around 1890, also acting as a bit of resistance. And above that, we have this area of resistance sitting in between 1920 to 1950. And as for support, we have this area of support in between around 1.7k to 1730. And obviously, if the price confirms a breakout back above any of these levels of resistance, then it's possible they could flip into new support again. And obviously, just over the last 2 days or so, we have seen a reset here in the RSI from those oversold territories, because obviously when the RSI is oversold, that means we have somewhat limited room to the downside, and we're due to see a reset, which is either sideways price action or bullish price action in the imminent short term. But now that this has already happened, just be aware that we technically have a little bit more room to the downside compared to what we were seeing a few days ago when the RSI was oversold. And as for the trend and momentum here in the shorter term, obviously I'm still leaning more bearish than bullish, because we're still seeing things like lower highs and lower lows. And obviously that's not just in the price action, it's also in the RSI. So to flip more bullish again in terms of the short-term momentum and trend, I'd like to see confirmed bullish signals, like for example higher lows and higher highs in the RSI again, alongside the price breaking out back above some of these levels of resistance. But anyway, if you want to know how to make a lot of money in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is going either up or down, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.